Copy. Hello everybody, my name is Kisan and today I'm gonna tell you the book Ready to West, chapter 34. Tricked by the princess, the tiny monk was tied up in a room. He heard his companions yelling at the monster. Hand over to the tiny monk now, shouted Bajay. Clang! The tiny monk heard the sound of the weapons clashing. I hope they rescue me, said the monk. A young woman entered the room. Who are you? Asked the tiny monk. I'm a prisoner here, said the woman. That monster kidnapped me 3 years ago.
No, not 3.
13 years ago, and won't let me leave. Will you help me? I wish I could help you, said the tiny monk. He showed the young woman his ropes. Can you help? I can help you get free, said the young woman. If I do, will you deliver a letter to my parents? Of course, said the monk. Who are your parents? They are the king and queen of the precious imagined kingdom. The young woman, said the young woman. My name is Princess Hunterflower. Bajay and Wu Jing were still fighting the monster when the prince ran outside. Master, she cried, I must ask you a favor. Right away, the monster stopped fighting and turned back to the princess. What can I do for you, my sweetie? Asked the monster to the monk inside. Said the princess, it made me so sad. See him tied up. Won't you let him go? The monster hesitated. That monk isn't an ordinary monk. He's the Princess Hunterflower pretended to cry. The monster held up his hand. Okay, sweetie. I know that I only want you to be happy. The monk may go. The monster followed the princess back inside. Bajay and Wu Jing looked at each other in confused. The monster is going to free him, mumbled Bajay. A moment later, the tiny monk came out. There's something we must do, he said quietly to his companions. Later that day, the travelers reached the palace of the precious imagined kingdom. The queen was reading a letter. The letter from her daughter. Tears were in his eyes. He had been a prisoner all this time. The king stood up, his eyes blazing with anger. He caught his general, who was standing nearby. Gather troops, said the king. I want my daughter back, and I want that monster destroyed. Forgive me, your majesty, but we're just men. How can we defeat such a powerful monster? My two companions are powerful spirits, your majesty. The tiny monk spoke up. I'm sure they can rescue your daughter. Soon Bajay and Wu Jing were back at the pagoda. The pig swung his rake. Crack! The door exploded. Get out of here, you rotten monster, he shouted. You smashed my door down. I let the monk go free. Why did you smash my door down? We're here for the princess, said Wu Jing, the king of the precious imagined kingdom sent us. You can't take the princess away, said the monster. We are in love. Bajie and Wu Jing attacked the monster, blocked their weapons. They fought for an hour. Finally, Bajie was tired from fighting, turned and ran. Wu Jing was furious. Bajie, he shouted, where are you? Oof. The monster knocked out Wu Jing and tied him. He dragged Wu Jing into the pagoda and locked him in a room. The king knows that the princess is here, said the monster to himself. But how? He tapped his chin and thought. He said, we must leave. We must have to.
The princess.
The princess must have to ask the monk to the king. His eyes became dark and angry. She tricked me. Bye bye.